It's been a wild week in K-pop. Karina's getting cancelled, and now the whole group is facing backlash. Netizens are even saying they don't want her as the leader anymore, calling the group rude and disrespectful to fans. Meanwhile, NewJeans is reportedly facing a massive 1 billion won fine, and even Blackpink's Jisoo has been dragged into controversy after shocking allegations against her brother surfaced. Let's break down everything that's going on. Starting off with NewJeans, so today, May 30th, there is a huge update. The Seoul Central District Court's 52nd Civil Affairs Department dropped a ruling that NJZ cannot do any entertainment activities without A.KOR's consent until the main lawsuit about the contract's validity is settled. This is not something new. We already knew about this, but still the girls were appearing in public as NewJeans. Hanny was spotted at birthday cafe event. They have done stuff that can be considered violation. So now, if any of the girls violate this ruling, they're on the hook for 1 billion KRW, that's about $729,000 USD, per violation, and they've got to cover A.KOR's legal costs too. Netizens are losing it, with some saying, this is how it should be. Contracts aren't a joke. While others are like, $729,000 per person per violation? That's insane. The next hearing for the contract lawsuit is set for June 5th. So I will see you guys with an update. Moving on, Karina is already facing a backlash for posting this picture on her Instagram during election week, and I have seen all kind of opinions about it over last 2 days. Those who are defending Karina are bringing up her past feminist actions, and those who are still angry about the post and didn't like the apology, saying it was unclear and not a very sincere apology. It was a typical damage control apology. There is also a huge divide in the fandom between netizens and international netizens. Korean netizens basically saying that you are foreigner, you have no idea what you're talking about, and how Karina's actions can affect this political campaign. Karina violated the political neutrality expected of K-pop idols, while others, particularly PPP supporters, embraced her as a symbol, dubbing her a right-wing goddess. And the controversy made national news in South Korea, highlighting the intersection of celebrity influence and politics. It was framed as an example of inappropriate conduct during an election period. And this whole thing is just spiraling out of control, because now the way Conservative Party is using, like yesterday, a politician from Conservative Party, Lee Soo-jung, spoke up for Karina on Facebook, and even used the hashtag, if you mess with Karina, you're done. They are trying to use Karina's popularity to connect with younger people and shift attention away from criticisms that they need to address. But at the same time, these moves have made things worse for people who were already upset about what Karina did. And now they are taking a dig on whole group. This article is going around say, group has always had attitude controversies. So this person said, I used to be a fan of Aespa. Like, I really liked them. But when they came to perform at my university festival, I was honestly kind of disappointed by how they acted. They just didn't seem very warm or respectful, and it left a bad impression. So I started looking into it more, and turns out this isn't the first time people have pointed out their attitude. There's actually a pretty well-known video from the airport where they were apparently rude to the staff. Their facial expressions were cold, and the way they talked came off as really dismissive. Even fans back then were surprised and upset when they saw it. Now, a lot of people have brought up other moments that made them question Aespa's attitude, especially Ningning. One clip shows Ningning walking past a crowd who were calling out her name. The article says she didn't acknowledge them at all, and even covered her ears. People said it wasn't just ignoring, it looked like she was genuinely annoyed. Then there's that performance in Mexico. During her self-introduction on stage, Ningning barely smiled, had this stiff expression, and spoke like she didn't want to be there. Fans watching were like, is she okay? It felt pretty cold, especially for an overseas stage. And something that keeps coming up online. People notice that Aespa members often laugh whenever an I.V member is speaking at award shows. Like, it's happened multiple times, and fans are wondering if it's just bad timing, or something else. Since it's on broadcast, it's hard not to notice, and a lot of people find it disrespectful. Again, these are things fans have pointed out online. It's definitely created a bit of tension. Now, to be fair, most of these clips that people are talking about are just screenshots. And honestly, it's really hard to judge someone's entire attitude based on a few seconds of footage. A moment caught off guard can easily be misread, especially when there's no full context. Maybe they were tired, like Ningning covering her ear. Maybe something happened behind the scenes. We just don't know. I personally have never felt like this group have an attitude issue. So while I get why some fans were upset, I also think we should be careful not to jump to conclusions too fast. Now, when it comes to the MMA situation, some fans said they didn't really care much about the older clips, but they did feel like Aespa, especially Karina, seemed kinda distracted or not fully respectful during the award show. Like, while other groups were giving their speeches, Karina was caught chatting and laughing with another member. And yeah, in that setting, with cameras on and other idols being emotional, it just didn't come across well. Someone also brought up past MMAs in 2023 and 2024, saying Aespa looked like they were mocking I.V during their moments, imitating them, not clapping, and even laughing when I.V members were crying. Again, this is all based on what people felt from watching those clips. And look, we can't say for sure what the intentions were, but I get why some viewers found it off-putting, especially since these are public events with tons of fans watching. Then of course there are the usual harsh comments, calling them illjins or saying they'd be embarrassed if their bias acted like that. But here's the bigger thing that stands out to me. This isn't just about a few moments or facial expressions. It's starting to feel like people are pushing this Aespa versus I.V rivalry narrative. Like every little action is being dissected as disrespect toward I.V. And that's the real issue. Because once fandoms start pitting groups against each other like this, it turns into something way messier than it needs to be. And the comments are like, the whole group is getting scrutinized because of her actions. All of this could have been so easily avoided too. If the post was an accident, she should have apologized more sincerely. And if it really was intentional, then she shouldn't have been selfish and put her political beliefs ahead of her group. She's the leader, she should have been more responsible and considerate of her members. Then a lot of people are mad that she apologized on Bubble instead of Instagram. Personally, to me, I don't think that was a big of deal, but people are really mad about this. And some are defending her, saying the last time Karina apologized for dating on Instagram, it became a national news, and you guys hated her and named her national embarrassment. Then there are people who think Karina isn't a good leader, and her position as a leader should be revoked. Honestly, personally, to me, what I think is the problem, that these days K-pop idols' apologies are just not good. Like Kiss of Life apology, they didn't address the community they offended like they don't care about them, and just care about the fans who left them. Just like Karina didn't address the core issue here, she didn't separate herself from the Conservative Party, like how hard it can be, girl. And now SM is being accused of the media manipulation. Like articles about an investigation regarding Bang Si-hyuk IPO scandal was made. I have talked about this on my channel. Check out this video. More articles that pitted Aespa singers against lesser FM, comparing two groups' achievement, and with Chaewon pictures and thumbnail. Plus, on top of that, it also brought up Bang Si-hyuk's past comments where he said to crush Aespa, and rumors that the company was deleting posts on Korean forums that criticized Karina. This is not helping SM and Karina in any way. People have started noticing these things, and calling out SM Entertainment. SM media play is crazy. They're trying so hard to cover up the Aespa right-wingers controversy. They didn't just take Nico down. Now they started another hive attack, y'all. People are just downright mad for bringing lesser FM into this. Personally, I think Bang Si-hyuk IPO scandal was an expected news to come out anytime soon. He was called to testify against Kakao ex-CEO just this month, but I'm not sure about other articles. Media play happens, it's an open secret in K-pop, but you better not drag other group names into it. Now let's talk about a really serious allegation that's recently come to light involving Jisoo's older brother, Kim Jong-hoon. An anonymous person came forward online with a detailed post, claiming they were a victim of some extremely disturbing behavior. According to them, they were in a relationship with Kim Jong-hoon, and he introduced himself as the brother of a well-known celebrity and someone running a business. At first, they trusted him and saw him as someone impressive. But things took a dark turn. The person claimed that during an intimate moment at his house, he secretly recorded them, without any consent or knowledge. Later, they allegedly found out that he had been showing that video to others, and even bragged about having similar videos of multiple women. The post went on to say that he had been involved with several other women, some of them while his wife was pregnant, and in certain cases he even pressured women to send inappropriate videos. The person described feeling completely violated, saying they were never informed or gave any permission for this, and emphasized that they're now thinking about taking legal action. They even mentioned being open to joining forces with other victims, if more people come forward. Netizens were disgusted by these allegations, and there was a very strong reaction to this. You can look at the comments. Is this for real? Blocking his own sister's path? What a lunatic. Whoa, is he the agency CEO? Crazy. If I were Jisoo, I wouldn't care if he's my brother or not. I'd want to burn it all down. How can you control your whole family? If you're living off your sister's fame, why would you do something to ruin her image? So pathetic. Another brother messing up his sister's image. Of course people are mad about this because it's Jisoo whose name is being mentioned on every headline. And we know she has never been into any serious controversies or controversy at all in all these years, and a serious action needs to be taken regarding these allegations. This person said they are planning a legal action, and we have a response from Jisoo's brother as well. Following the allegations, he made a brief statement to the Korean outlet, saying, "It's completely groundless. I plan to file a lawsuit and am currently discussing it with a law firm. Now again, but it's a very serious matter. If what's being said is true, it points to a serious violation of consent and privacy, and it's something the authorities will likely look into. If there will be any updates, I will let you know, guys.